You and I, there needs to be a predictability to us. And strength and courage helps us to have that particular virtue. You see, this virtue is a capacity, and it's also known as potency. I have the capacity to act this virtue because I have internal strength and external courage. You see, sometimes your talent can take you places your character can't keep you. And friends, the world will buy your talent. They'll use your talent. But once your character shows up, if it is flawed, they'll throw you away and go on to the next person. Hear me well. Character should always precede talent wherever you go in life. And virtue is that strength and character that is necessary. How important is this? Man, listen, if you're an athlete, we've heard about all these downfalls with owners now because now their character is showing. We've heard it happen with top shelf athletes because their character shows. I was invited a few years ago to do a chapel with the Ohio State University. Deontay Johnson invited me there. It was before the Minnesota game, a homecoming game, to do the chapel when Coach Trussell was there. Chapel was Friday night. I took my son Crystal. He was a Buckeye fan. And his friend, John Pitts Jr., we call him PJ. We went there to the chapel. Laura Nikes was a linebacker at that particular time. And they knew his father was a WWF wrestler. His name was The Animal, his character in WWF. And he was there. So I was a hero for about 2 weeks. It all dissipated real quick. But 2 weeks, kind of had it going on. Had it going on for 2 weeks. So I go there to do the chapel. When I check with the Athletes in Action coordinator, I say, now, what happens in chapel? They said, well, most of the time we give people motivational speeches. He said, to motivate them. And what the Lord put in my heart was not a motivational piece. He put that same text that I just read to you, Joshua 1:6-9, in my heart. And see, the intimidation was to conform to everything else that everybody else was doing. But God says, listen, virtue is conformity to standards that are right. I went in there and preached on Joshua 1:6-9. That's what I preached in the chapel. I preached on it and I said, now listen, your courage tomorrow in the game will cause you to get the jump on the receiver to get the interception so that you can run back for a touchdown. Your courage will keep you when things go wrong. And you have to have courage to take another hit, to make another block, to get up and keep on running. All of that will be courage, and courage will help win the game. I said, but your strength will keep you from getting drunk after the game. Your strength will keep you from getting high after the game. Your strength will keep you from getting all these girls pregnant in college. So by the time you get the NFL contract, you're dividing your assets with baby mama drama. That's what strength does. And D is here today. They sent me a helmet. Coach signed it. And he said, thank you, Apostle, for preaching Joshua 1:8 to us. And when I stood at that door, and athlete after athlete came by, and they said, thanks for giving us the word this night. Thanks for giving us the word. Thanks for giving us the word. One man told me, he said, listen, he said, most of the time on Friday night, we get motivational speeches. He said, our coaches motivate us all week. When we come to chapel, we expect the word. And for you preachers that are among us, don't get ever so intimidated that you don't give people the word.